This is how you can manifest your ideal relationship without even trying, without even thinking about it. Super easy to apply, super effortless. And it doesn't matter where you are in your journey or if all your relationships have failed before or you're struggling to find someone. This works, and this is what I did. Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Juliet Cleary. I'm a manifestation coach. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to do so right now and give this video a thumbs up for me. If you would like to work with me, that information is in the description box below, as well as links to my other channels. So a few of you probably know the gist of my manifestation story in attracting my partner, who I'm with right now. But it was really, really magical. And I did an Instagram post on it kind of recently and I got a lot of great feedback. So I wanted to create a video for you to go more in depth. I literally attracted the exact experience that I said I would want to the universe. Even though my circumstances were showing me something completely opposite and it looked impossible that I could have this experience, this amazing relationship. So I watched this movie called Always Be My Maybe on Netflix. And it's a romantic comedy and I loved it. I loved it. I just thought it was such a great romantic story. You know, where your best friend from the past comes back into your life and you fall in love and it's just this incredible connection, just like meant to be. And it was always meant to be, and now the timing's right and it's perfect and it's amazing. And I remember watching that movie and thinking to myself, oh my God, that would be the ultimate experience for me. If I could have it any way, it would be that we were already friends first. Like we were best friends and then, things happen, or later on we become, lovers. And for me, that's the ideal love story. But at the time, I was in my previous relationship, which, wasn't that great of a relationship. And it definitely didn't have that story. It was pretty much a mess. And so it seemed very illogical and almost impossible for me to have that experience. So I wasn't thinking I could have that, really. It was just like a nice thought. And I also didn't think it could happen to me because I never had feelings for a previous friend. I couldn't think of anyone that could possibly happen with anyway. And so I wasn't trying to manifest anything. I was just letting go of the subject pretty much. I didn't think that was really going to happen to me, but I wasn't really thinking about relationships anymore or trying to fix my relationship or anything like that. I just kind of let go. And I'm going to go through the 3 steps that I used in a minute. And one day, an old friend reached out to me, sent me a text message, and can you guess what happened next? So this was my best friend from years ago, and he'd been in and out of my life a couple of times, but we always, connected like this. We had such a strong bond, such a strong connection that I don't think either of us understood. I certainly didn't. I didn't know why. But at the time, previously, I didn't have any romantic feelings for him. And then, he came back into my life and it was pretty obvious after a few weeks that there was this undeniable connection. And he eventually became my partner. And then I realized, oh my God, I'm living the plot line of that movie. The movie that I said, oh my God, this would be the ideal. Like this would be the ultimate love story. This is exactly what I wish I could experience. I was living it. I could not believe it. I still can't believe it. It's so incredibly magical. I just said, I want that. And the universe delivered it. And I wasn't even trying to get it. I wasn't even expecting it. It was so unexpected that I was like freaking out at the time. There was so many synchronicities as well. I was just, it was magical. So I went from feeling like, oh my God, I'm never gonna have what I want in a relationship, or relationships are so difficult for me. And all of a sudden, boom, I got what I wanted. So now I'm gonna give you 3 steps of what I did to attract my absolute ideal love story and an incredible partner, like an amazing partner, an absolute best friend without even trying. So step 1 is you gotta have high levels of appreciation and just cut out complaining. So for how many years I was in, a crappy kind of relationship, a contrasting, challenging relationship. And my focus was always on what's wrong, what I need to fix, I don't like this, which, and it was hard for me to get my attention off of that. But the moment that I did, things started to shift immediately. I started feeling lighter, and then I started seeing improvements in the current relationship I was in. And then, I kept growing, I kept aligning. I was just vibrating at such a higher frequency that my previous partner was no longer a match to me and had to go. And someone new, my partner now, came into my life. That's how it works. Of course, sometimes your partner can grow alongside you as well. Basically, you want to cut out focusing on what you don't like and what you don't want. And that is a strong decision that you need to make. And for me, I got to a point where I'm so unhappy. I've spent years focused on problems and I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't even try to manifest things anymore, like in the relationship area. I just couldn't. I had to let it go. And that's what you have to do. Okay, I'm not going to complain anymore, or I'm going to complain way less, and I'm going to up my levels of appreciation. I'm going to make the most of my situation. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on things that I like, other subjects, other areas, and I'm just going to appreciate whatever I can. And that's exactly what I did. And I wasn't doing it to manifest a relationship. I was doing it to be happy. Step number 2 is that you only want to focus on the subject of your desire when you're feeling good or in a fun and lighthearted way. So I was not at all trying to fix my relationship anymore, and I was not trying to manifest a new relationship. The only time I would focus on romance, on love, on relationships is, that's a really good feeling subject for me. So I would focus on it apart from my relationship. So I was watching movies and series that were romantic, that were just everything that I wanted to feel. But I was also at a place where my vibration was higher, so it wasn't activating feelings of lack too much. I was just really enjoying watching it and feeling it. And I'm also very creative and I like to write. And so I would just write poetry or short stories to do with romance, and because that's just something that makes me feel really good. And so I would focus on romance and relationships, but in a very general and fun and lighthearted way that I'm feeling it. Like I was really feeling it, but not to try and make anything happen. I'm enjoying the subject only when it felt good to do so, only when I felt inspired to do so, and otherwise I'm letting it go completely because I'm not trying to manifest anything. I was just wanting to feel romance and feel love and feel that excitement of a relationship again. That's all I wanted to feel, and that's why I would focus on those things. Otherwise, I'm focused on other subjects that feel good. I was never ever trying to manifest anything or focusing on it to try and change things, because then you're back to that problem solving, I gotta fix this mode. And that's where I was for so many years, and that's why things didn't change. Step number 3 is I detached. Okay, so you have to detach from the outcome. So it was really the first time that I believe I wrote it down and I said, you know what, I'm actually open to attracting the relationship that I desire in any way that it can come. Because I was in a relationship at the time, my mind was on, it has to come through my partner now, and how is that going to happen? There was so much resistance there. And of course, your ideal relationship can come through your current partner. But I had to detach, and that's what you have to do just to lessen the resistance within you and be open to whatever is best for you. And that goes for a specific person as well. Of course, it could be your specific person, but you want the best, right? And the fastest way to attract someone into your life is to detach and to let it be okay if it's them or someone better. So that's what I was saying. It's either him or someone better. It's either this relationship or something so much better. And I'm open. I'm open to whatever happens, whatever comes, but I'm no longer trying to manifest this anymore. Like, I'm leaving this up to the universe. I just got to let go. I got to give this subject a rest. And that is huge. If you give the problematic subject a rest from you going over it and over it and over it in your mind, it can actually start to manifest and change before your eyes. It's really when we get so locked onto that subject that's difficult and we're practicing the same thoughts around it that keeps it as it is. So detach from the person, the outcome, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. Just let go. Give it up to the universe. This is so important. And go get happy. Go get happy. Do it for yourself. Focus on this relationship here, and you're going to see a massive difference in, your relationship now or the relationship that comes to you. Okay, if you do these 3 things, if you really apply them, you will manifest what you want. You will manifest the relationship that you want, because what you're doing is you're tweaking your energy. You're leaving out the past. You're not complaining. You're not focused on the old story or why it can't happen. You're focused on your alignment. You're focused on appreciation, which is such a high vibration, which will attract more and more things for you to appreciate. And if you make the most of any situation that you're in, it's going to get better. And just be open to however it does get better for you. And I will add that at the time, I was stretching my mind a little bit more. So I just discovered Joe Dispenza. And so because he talks about, the quantum field and really just be like the universe can surprise you, the universe can delight you. He talks about the unknown of really unexpected things coming to you, right? And I think by listening to him and doing some of those meditations, I didn't do them for long. It was like maybe 2 weeks before my partner messaged me. But listening to that kind of information just opened up my mind to be like, wow, anything can happen. There are infinite possibilities and potentials. And I, again, was not trying to manifest a relationship at this point. If anything, I was focused on my health, which is so funny because, again, I gave up thinking about my relationships. I gave up thinking about the relationship I was in and trying to, manifest improvements, and that made it improve, right? Because if you don't feed it, you don't give it your attention, the negative thing, it must dissipate. And that has always been my experience. It's just deciding to let it go and focus on other things that feel good, which is you getting in touch with your connection to the universe, which is you opening up to those possibilities in the quantum field. And when you focus on doing that, you're building that relationship with yourself. And when you have a stronger relationship with yourself and you're feeling happier, you attract that happy person. You attract that other person that will complement how you already feel about yourself, right? Because if you're a person who's complaining and you're negative and, whatever, and you attract another person into your life, that person's a mirror, right? You're not going to have a fun time. So you really want to up-level your energy and love yourself better and, find more happiness, and you will absolutely get what you want. And it can be easy. That's my message. This can be so easy. It was so easy. I didn't even try. It was effortless. And that's what blew me away when he messaged me. And then when I realized that I had feelings for him, I couldn't believe it. I was freaking out. I was just like, this doesn't feel real. Like I'm living in a movie right now. And that's really what this is, right? So that can be your experience too. Even if you've struggled with so many relationships for so long, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Be open to the magic of the universe. It's always ready to surprise and delight you. Okay, let me know if you enjoyed this video, if you're going to apply it, or if you've actually experienced something similar. I'd love to hear about it in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. To work with me, that information's in the description box below for you. Have a magical day, and I'll see you next time.